wanna sail away? I wanna sail away. Do you wanna sail away with me today? Do you wanna sail away?
Leaving Hilton Head, we cruised on down the ICW towards Savannah, where we planned to stay a couple days and then finally head out into the Atlantic for a 12 to 14-hour cruise down to Jacksonville. But plans sometimes change. So long, Hilton Head. We are on Calabog Sound on our way from Hilton Head to Savannah. And kind of cruising along. We got tons of deep water all around, so not really sweating much anything at the moment. Just a very basic day at the moment. All is well. It's been difficult, as always, to figure out how to ride the tides. The tides are really strong through here, like 8-foot tide, so 2 or 3 knots of current is pretty typical. And it's tough because you got all these tributaries that sort of run east to west, up and down, from sound to sound. And it's tough even when you look at the chart and like it gives you some arrow indications of current and tide. It's really tough to know which way the current flows. We're definitely going to be riding up the Savannah River with the current towards Savannah, which is about a third of this whole trip from Hilton Head to Savannah. But we were kind of hoping, by the looks of where we were at the marina last night, that we would be with the current right now, but we're not. Almost 2 knots against us, but...
So, change of plans. We have now turned around. We're going out into the ocean to what, Florida probably?
We are officially headed out to sea.
We made good time to Savannah though.
We made great time to almost Savannah. Our plan was to go to Savannah. And, you know how plans are. We kind of dropped the ball a little bit. Intended to call and make a reservation yesterday, and we just forgot. We were exploring Hilton Head and walking and doing all kinds of stuff. So we just forgot, and apparently it's kind of busy time for Savannah. It's also a weekend, and you got a lot of people leaving Florida and heading north right now. So anyway, we did not get a slip, no matter how many places we tried. So the weather is good. We've just got some wind on the nose for the rest of the day. But then it's supposed to turn around behind us sometime late, like early morning, 1 o'clock, something like that. Is that what it was?
Yeah, or like 11 to 9.
Our motor's been working good, knock on wood. So we got good power into the wind and the waves. So yeah, we're gonna see. We're sailing right now. Shot of our new head sail. There she is. Looking good. We're sailing out the Savannah River right now, and the wind is working for us. Just got our jib up, as I just showed you. Probably have to take it down and just motor into the wind once we get clear out. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
What's the developments, man?
Just motoring into, I don't know, 6-foot seas probably. Pretty much coming straight at us. And if I was guessing, I'd say 15 to 20 knots of wind, which is exactly what we do. We're going to be out here. Can't really fish too much.
No.
Our pilot is just on slash leg. They can't handle any of this kind of stuff. super calm, 1 or 2 degree adjustments it can handle. Roger that. They get worse and worse. I replaced the belt, adjusted the tension, be as tight as possible, and it just wouldn't work. So that's going to be on the list. Sailing.
Finally.
Oh my God. We had the head sail out a little bit.
What was that noise?
I don't know what that noise was. Sail out a little bit. I don't know what that noise was. Since we almost lost our anchor.
Yeah, we was anchored in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
How big?
But we didn't.
No, thank goodness.
Pin that holds the anchor in place just kind of turned itself and unlocked itself and wiggled itself out, and we heard a we did not know what we were hearing, and we're like, well, I guess everything's all right. And then I just happened to look up and notice there was no anchor on our bow, so expected the worst, but I got up there and there was only maybe 12 feet out. It had big old monkey head knot had stopped it up in the locker, and the pin was still kind of in, so luckily I was able to get that thing back in. We were hanging an anchor underneath us. It was 50 feet deep, so we were really lucky.
Yeah, our nice new anchor that we've never used.
Yeah, nice new Manus anchor. All we need to do is like
$1,000 anchor down the drain.
snag it on a rock 50 feet below and have to cut it loose or something. I put a wrap around the cleat just to make sure I can't do it again. How you feeling?
I mean, I don't know how I'm feeling. A little nervous still.
Yeah.
There's fuck-ups today that have just kind of like put me in a weird...
I don't know if they were fuck-ups really, just...
No, just weird things going on.
You spend any time off the water, or not like out really going long distance,
Yeah.
just get kind of rusty.
Yeah. Like
Yeah, we got a few new things.
Where the cutting camp was.
We got a few new things on the boat. That always makes it kind of weird. So, yeah. Full sail that I need to do a little trimming on, but nevertheless, pretty good. Just need a little bit of traveler up. There we go.
First time doing this by myself. Everyone's like, yeah. Baby's still up here, but he's chilling. So, they're like 8 months. Or nerve-wracking. They're not gonna do it. I'll do it tonight by myself. I think I'm less anxious with the baby.
Having to hand steer for hours because of a malfunctioning autopilot that just could not keep up with the following seas, both of us were already starting to feel some exhaustion. As the night wore on, the wind and the waves both grew and grew far beyond what was ever forecasted, until we were under double-reefed main and no jib at all. As the waves grew even steeper and much more frequent, it finally became a constant battle of focus just to keep the boat from being turned and rolled by a wave. The Jacksonville Inlet was the closest and only remotely safe inlet in these conditions that we could possibly get to. But the closer we got, the shallower it got, which meant the waves got even steeper and much more frequent, until they were at least 15 feet and no more than 6 seconds apart. All of this with at least 30 knots of wind coming from directly behind us right along with the waves. So knowing that we were going to have to jibe at the last second in order to actually turn up into the inlet, our biggest concern was being rounded up and possibly rolled by a wave and forced right into the rock jetties. With Rivers unbelievably sound asleep below in his bunk, surrounded by pillows and stuffed animals, all we could really do was go for it. All of this would result in the scariest and most intense sailing situation that either of us had ever been in 20+ years of sailing. For those obvious reasons, there was sadly no filming going on.
I don't know if you hear this, but that was just the most harrowing, difficult sailboat maneuver I've ever made. There's just no way we're going to be able to convey what the conditions were like. Last how many hours? 3? Last 3 hours in the night and in the morning, been sailing downwind with easy 12-footers follow us. Now we got our mainsail double reefed, nothing else. So basically had 12-foot follow seas going into the inlet. We knew the only place we were going to get potentially into the jetties. You can see the waves crashing over them. Look at that. As we got closer to the jetties, the shallower it got, so the waves doubled up. And so we jibed right before we got to the channel. And then as we're going in, we got these giant waves, just monsters, rolling into the side of us, making us turn up and down. So we're trying not to get washed up this way or swept down. Holy balls. Just when baby was down, secured in this little cabin, got a nice little small area. He was sleeping right in the spot. Nothing really hit him.
Please take a moment to like and subscribe.
And be sure to follow us on social media.
Thanks for watching. Cheers!